Hey everyone, just a quick update today. I hope it's a quick update, you know me. Sorry, I'm just flashing lots of OMG S3s and Feather S3 Neos that I was out on. So I launched RGB Touch Mini. Sorry, can I get my finger out of the way? Thank you. Launched RGB Touch Mini and my OMG S3 and OMG USB on my stream on Wednesday for those who caught it. Been a bit of a slow start with them. Never know what to expect. I think OMG S3 is going to take a little bit of time to kind of, get there. I released all three of them also on Electrons yesterday, so those in the EU can get it through there. I did that earlier than I was originally planning, but I just found the motivation to do it. So that's pretty cool. And then I got a bunch of stuff to Mouser yesterday. Everything they need to be able to list my OMG S3 and my Feather S3 Neo, which they hadn't had listed on Mouser as well. I'm not doing RGB Touch Mini with resellers, and there's probably no point getting Mouser to do the OMG USB. There's no margin in it. Like it's I'm doing it really as a, $7 for the board. What am I going to sell them for? What are they going to make on them? Like, it's not worth their while. But I can see how it'd be convenient for people to be able to buy the OMG USB on Mouser. But anyway, hopefully that'll be up in the next day or two, they said. And then people can buy directly from Mouser as well. I think OMG S3 will do better on Mouser, potentially, than it will directly from me. I don't know. But I sold out of the first batch that I added on Wednesday. I actually added, on stream I added 100, because I thought I'd made 100, but I didn't. I'd only made 56 of them, of which I'd some of them I'd used for other things and whatever. So I probably only had about 50 to sell, and I sold all of them pretty much on that day, or the day after. So yesterday I did another run of 112 or whatever. There's 28 on a board, and I did 4 panels, and all came up good, no issues. I'm still running through and testing. I've got through about half already. RGB Touch Mini, the people who have got them so far seem happy with them. Happier than, well, I don't know, I was, how nervous I've been about releasing it. What people are going to think and whatever, and I don't know, I think that people are, it seems like the feedback's been good so far. Only obviously the Aussies that I've shipped them to have got them so far. Everyone overseas, it's going to take a little bit longer for them to get to them. I sold about 21 of them, which I kind of expected from those that have been waiting, kind of the die-hard fans, but I think that's going to peter off, and I'm doubtful I'm going to sell a lot of them. They really should be, price-wise, they need to be $50 maximum, $49. I think they need to be from a price point of view. Sorry, I just need to push a button for them to sell well, but I can't do them at that price. $69 I think is too much for them from a perception point of view. They should really be $99 based on what they cost me to make. I have to sell a lot of them just to even cover my prototyping costs, because that went on for a while, and I went through a lot of different revisions and a lot of wasted materials and stuff. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. But I got 2 things from JLC yesterday. I haven't opened them, but it doesn't matter, they're just prototypes. The first one is my light crystal PCB. for the kits that I'm going to make of this. So this I'm turning this into kits for those that missed it on Discord, in the supporters channel. I was talking about it. When I was cleaning up in here the other week, I found a box with this in pieces in it, and I'd totally forgotten about it. And it looks really nice. Like, it's a really cool. For those that haven't seen it in a while, or for those that haven't seen it at all, this one's just using a D1 Mini. This is how old it is. But it's basically just an RGB matrix with a whole bunch of laser cut little sticks, if you want to call them, and a laser cut case. It'll actually do something in a minute, I hope. It's cycling colours at the moment, a bit hard to see with the, look like a whole bunch of test tubes. But anyway, there we go. It's just another version of an RGB matrix that I made ages ago, but it just looks really cool. It's quite novel, and with the acrylic bits. And so I thought, you know what, I'm going to turn this into a kit. I'm going to make a custom PCB. I'm going to 3D print a case, cut a whole bunch of acrylic, and put them in a kit for people. As this was just made with an AliExpress RGB LED matrix thing, and a D1 Mini. But my version here that's an 8x8 matrix. I made this one 9x9, and it's got a spot for a OMG S3 on it, and some buttons and whatever USB-C plugs in. So I want to prototype that today and get that going, and if it works okay, I need to get the whole kit together. I think people might enjoy those. Although again, a lot of work to kit them up. A lot of, there's a 3D print, and there's acrylic pieces in black, and there's acrylic pieces in clear, and there's a whole bunch of screws and standoffs and a PCB to build. They're not 5-second kits to put together. So, typical Sion making life hard for himself. And this one I want to open. This is my prototype PCB that I showed in the channel. Oh God. That, again, just in green. And did I just wreck? Oh my God, thank God I got 5 of them, because I just used the knife and cut the edge of that off. Just a touch panel. Not designed to connect to my existing system at all. But what it's got on the back is some headers and a new chip on that side. It's got an Atmel. It's a touchpad controller chip. It's designed for like a touchpad on a notebook. So it's designed to work with a touch, like a clear touch interface. It's not really designed to work with PCBs. Definitely not the way I'm using it. There's a whole bunch of rules in the data sheet or in the design guide on these are the things that you need to do. And I think there's like 10 of them, and I've broken 7 of those. Because if I don't, I can't do it, right? So I don't know if this is going to work or not. The biggest problem is, I've got a whole bunch of the chips here. The biggest problem is there's no driver for it at all in any platform, anywhere. So I've written a driver, a basic driver, in C++, like for Arduino. Don't know if it's going to work yet, because it's just I2C, but it's a really full-on chip. But if the chip works, if I can get it working, and working with the way I set up this array, what it should give me, fingers crossed, is not a, am I touching 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, it should give me a 0, 0 to, I don't know, I can't remember what the resolution is, 320 by 320 or 480 by 480. It should give me a pixel position of wherever I'm touching. And if it does, then all I do is extrapolate where I am, right? If I can get that working, then I'm not limited to number of rows and number of columns. I can work out anywhere I am, which means I can do any number of LEDs. Obviously, the bigger the PCB, the less fidelity you get. And they say that you can't really do a touch interface bigger than this, but they're assuming that you want pixel accuracy. Like, so you want, for a screen translation for a mouse, that you want pixel accuracy. I don't need pixel accuracy, right? I can be, divided by 10, divided by 20. Like, I just need to be within a region of an LED. So if I can get this working, it should allow me to do larger as well, without having to do 4 chips like I'm doing right now on my wall version. But it also has full multi-touch tracking and multi-touch gestures. Apparently it can track up to at least 5, maybe 10 fingers. So that takes care of multi-touch. It takes care of, things like pinching and zooming, and then it also makes it column and row independent. So I could take this, I could make all these holes smaller, and I could pack in twice as many LEDs, still in the same size, and not have to have it 1 row and 1 column per LED. I can make it completely independent. Assuming this works the way I have to use it, I don't know. So the first challenge is build a board, get the driver working. Once the driver is working, and I can at least talk to the chip, see if I can even get it to track my finger. The other problem with it is because I have to do multi-layers, I can't talk, for rows and columns, right? So I can't do it the way it's designed to work, the way they all work, where it's all on one surface. So if you get a, like on your trackpad, on a notebook, the electrodes for the X and Y are all on the top. I can't do that here. I have to do them on 2 different layers, because if I do them the way they want me to, the holes are in the way of where they all join up, because they're all diamond type patterns. They're not even horizontal and vertical, right? They're all all of the touch ICs, the way they all work for doing like a trackpad, is all offset diamond shapes. And I can't do that. I could do it if my LEDs were all offset and they weren't in a grid, but that'd be shit. Right? That's not what I want from the LEDs. So this may work, it may not. I've already got the chips. I've had the chips here for a while. I can't remember how many I bought. They're not overly expensive. They're actually, look, I own my reel of MPR 121s. The chips I'm using on my RGB Touch right now, I bought them. They cost me a fortune years ago, but they're sitting here doing nothing. So they're not free, because I did pay for them. But if I don't use them, then they're wasted. Where with these, each chip is around the same price as 2 MPR 121s, but half the price of 4 of them, which is what I need to use on the wall version, the tileable version, to get twice as many. If I want to do 24 by 24, I need to do 1 chip for the 12 columns, another chip for 12 columns, 1 chip for 12 rows, another chip for 12 rows. But with this new chip, I might be able to just do 1 chip for the whole thing. Anyway, that's what I'm going to try to do. I don't know if it's going to work. You know me, I love coding, so I'm going to hopefully not procrastinate on that. Before I do anything, I need to build the board. And then, as I said, I just put, these are just 2.54 millimeter headers, so I can just stick like a sideways header on there. And my plan is, can I touch over here and just get it to do serial output? If I can get it to do serial output and, accurately tell me where I am, then it's a win. So I'll keep you all posted on how that goes. Otherwise, that's it. I'm just going to keep testing boards and hopefully, didn't even push the button. Hopefully, yeah, people will keep buying these things, and yeah. So still a little bit scattered. My sleeping hasn't improved at all. Still, I don't know what's going to happen with that. I'm getting stuff done here, which is good. I'm trying not to put any pressure on myself, but obviously launching this stuff this week was a lot of pressure. It was a lot of, just because of the uncertainty of RGB Touch Mini and what people are going to think, and what they still might think, I don't know. Are they going to arrive in a working order? Are they going to get smashed by the post service? You know, all that type of stuff. Okay, thanks for being a patron, a supporter. I appreciate it. Again, thanks for everyone's wonderful, you know, reach out and support for what I'm going through. People's messages about the fact that I'm not alone, and I know that, although it feels like it. You know, common thing when you're going through this, that it feels very isolating. I did go to that event on Wednesday night. It was pretty cool. The event was, the information wasn't really, you know, anything I was interested in. It was a bit below my level of knowledge in the space. But the makerspace area at Monash University is just amazing. The stuff that they're doing there, that was really cool to see. A lot of drool and envy about all the, like, they've got stacks of Cuckoo, you know, 6-axis robots, and a whole, like, shelves of Prusa XLs, and, you know, they've got big maker areas, like massive maker areas. They're building Mars rovers, they're building UAVs, they're building sports cars, like they're building that, just, it's crazy. Like, none of that was there when I was at Monash. Like, it really is, like, it makes me want to go back to university. Anyway, not happening. So it was good to get out, caught out with John Oxer and Lachlan, and met a few people, and, you know, forced myself to socialise a bit, and it was good. I'm glad I went out. Might do it again next week at another AI event. Anyway, hope you all have a fantastic weekend. Thank you again. And for those that bought any of my stuff, thanks for the support. I will catch you all next week. Bye.